This show is nothing without you and your views. Let's welcome some of our great British voices, their opportunity to be on the show. Tell us what they really think about the topics we're discussing. I've got 4 of you, so I need to be swift. Right, Lee Webb in Bedfordshire, what do you think? Is it time to put an end to these protests?
I totally disagree with why they're protesting, but I think you've got to have that right to protest. I think that's very important basis. I've protested before. I was protesting 4 years ago against lockdowns. So what protest would you like to keep? What protests do you want to ban? So that's why I think we've got to protect the right to protest.
Well, doesn't it depend if it's every single week and you're costing the taxpayer a lot of money? I mean, for goodness sake, there's got to be a line. You can't just protest forever. Brian Dugan.
Well, I mean, as someone has said, the war is still going on. It's your chief correspondent, I believe, who's just pointed that out. That's why people are protesting, Nana. So it's not like that this is just in a vacuum and they're just protesting for the sake of. The war is still going on. That's what they're protesting against.
Yeah, we get it.
And we can't get into a point of pick and choose, whereby some marchers are allowed to protest and some aren't. I mean, we do have the right to protest, and they're exercising that right, and I don't see anything wrong with it.
Unless of course, you're Jewish and you happen to want to, happen to live in that area.
There are Jews taking part in the march, and Danny's comment about useful Jews was out of order.
Do you think so? Maybe.
Yes, I do.
You think that's out of order? Okay, Danny, you've been told off. Dan Bryan.
I disagree with them.
Dan Bryan in Hull.
Hello. I think the government would like nothing better than to be able to shut down protests in this country. Any protests, it's what they're aiming for. They also want to digital ID everybody so they can track everybody's movements. They're using this kind of thing. They will use this kind of thing to bring this in because we'll all want it. But I agree with the sentiment that no protests should be shut down, really, even though I disagree with them completely. It's only when it starts to threaten violence, like if they're threatening jihad or something, then that's when the police should really step in and control it. But I like your idea of them having a separate area for them to go to do it.
That's a good idea. Separate area, and potentially the people who are organising it should pay for it. Somebody should pay for this, and it shouldn't be the taxpayer. Finally, to you, John Reid, briefly.
Yes, Nana, briefly, I'm with Nigel on this. I think you and Danny are bullying him a bit. We live in a democracy. The democracy allows people to have free speech, and that's what I've had all my life. So I'm 100% with allowing it to continue, with the one proviso that it's done legally. That's all.
OK. Well, thank you very much, Lee Webb, Brian Dugan, Dan Bryan and John Reid. And yes, of course, apologies to anyone who was offended by Danny's comment regarding but I think, I hear what he means by that. But coming up, mini debate, ex-Chancellor Nadhim Zahawi said that the Tory party were wrong to oust Boris